especially when you have a good cookie that is succulent, that is dripping. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is yet another juicy content. For the moment of us selling through, I'm gonna be your captain, Gracious Choma. You're highly welcome. I'm gonna practically tell you phrases. I'm not just giving you only hints to know the things you will say, but I'm also going to give you some phrases you can say. But when I say these phrases, doesn't mean that you have to cram them and say typically the way I put them. Now, when it comes to making phrases, making sounds, making noises or sounds that are better than, it has to come off natural. It has to be what you're feeling. Sometimes we don't really know what to say, but we feel like saying something. Sometimes we are shy of saying, no, don't tell me that, because you're already completely nude in front of him. So why are you being shy using your mouth? When it comes to intimacy, whatever stupid things you think you did is actually enjoyment. If you're a classy woman and you want to maintain your classiness when you're having an intimate moment with your man, you have to throw out that classy at the door. And there are ways you can enjoy having an intimate moment with your man and still be classy about it. How to be vocal, phrases to make, things to say, things to do, how to moan in a way that would drive him nuts, in a way that you will maintain your class. For example, a phrase that will make him melt down on his knees is something like, I love it when you touch me like that. But I just said it like a plain sentence. It is not even sexy. It doesn't sound sensual. It doesn't sound like pleasant to the ears. You are communicating wrongly. And this is something that you said while you're having an intimate moment with your man. So you don't just say, I love it when you touch me like that. It sounds somehow. He would think that you're discussing something else that is outside the moments that you're having. Now you can put it this way. I love it when... I don't even know how to do this. Please pardon me. I'm sure you do it better when you love that person, when you're already in that intimate moment. It comes off natural. You don't even know when you say it in this tone. There's something called room voice. There's a way you say things, the same exact sentence, but in different tones, and it means different things. When I say, come here, it looks or comes off as I'm trying to command or shout at someone lower than me, like a junior. But when it comes to intimacy and you kind of be like, come here, in a way, because you said come here, you're trying to make it come off sensual. You're trying to command him, but in a sensual manner. And what is going on in his head is, this woman is being naughty. What is wrong with her? What is she trying to do to me? And he can't get it off his head. So now I'm saying, I love it when you touch me like that. You can say, I love it when you touch me like that. So it's something he's doing immediately, and you'll be like, I love it when you touch me like that. Maybe he's touching here, and the way he's massaging and squeezing it turns you on. And you can be like, I love it when you touch me like that. It is soft and sensual. It's going to drive him nuts. Another phrase could be, I'm so turned on right now. If you say something like, I'm so turned on right now, maybe the both of you are just standing there and you just say it to look like you're trying to be rude, or you're trying to command him in a rude way. Or maybe when he's trying to touch you, or he's already trying to remove his outfit, you may be like, the way you stay, the way you make your face, your eyes, you may look at him straight in the eyeballs and be like, I'm so turned on right now. I'm so turned on right now. Maybe you're trying to remove your outfit. Honestly, I don't know how to do this. I am not in that mood or in that moment, so I can't really portray it exactly the way it should be. But when you're in that moment and you want to say things like this, it comes off smoothly. You make your voice soft. You make the tone smooth and sensual and romantic. In fact, romantic is the best word to use for this. The third one can be, let's talk about your moaning sounds. When it comes to mooning, you don't have to do it so loudly. It is going to be a turn off for a lot of guys, but just know that different strokes for different folks. Your man may prefer that you shout and bring down the roof, but majority of them want you to moan but softly. And again, you have to moan. Majority of them want you to moan and make sounds. In that way, you're communicating to them and they know what they are doing. When you're moaning, moan softly, romantically, and sensually. Combining these three things, soft, romantically, sensually, your moaning will come out very sexy. Do you know that sometimes a particular moan you make, a particular soundtrack, the way you make it, turns a man on? It scatters his dada. Sometimes they lose track of what they are doing. They may mistakenly get to the point of no return where they can't even control to stop. They might just immediately pound fast that they release. That is how powerful your moaning sound can be. So if you want to make it more powerful, you have to moan in a romantic way. Sometimes you don't even like moan, you breathe softly. You don't need to scream the roof down. You don't need to shout at the top of your tone, except that is what your man prefers. Even if it comes off naturally, because sometimes he's giving it to you hot, hot. Let me tell you something that really works. When he's giving it to you hot, hot, and like it's really driving you wild. And sometimes we don't even know when we shout and moan. The enjoyment has gotten to the peak because he doesn't want you to shout, and get him confused. How to tell him that he's getting you up there, that you are climaxing with what he's doing, but you don't really want to scream the whole roof down. You grab your hand, put it in your mouth. He's sort of pretending sometimes that you're climaxing. I want to really scream, babe. I feel like screaming, but I can't scream. Cover your mouth and then you're... So sometimes you moan with your mouth closed. You mustn't open your mouth. Moaning is not just... It is not just... Actually, ah and oh. Ah. Oh. Oh. Is when you open your mouth. When you do, you literally close your mouth. So when you're moaning, moan softly. Another phrase can be, when you're moaning, you combine it with some phrases like, oh, so good. You're trying to tell him what he's doing is so good. Don't stop. There are some phrases you don't, in this 21st century, in 2024, there are some phrases you don't even use, like, hada, hada, hada. What's that? Do people really say that? Different strokes for different folks. Your man may actually want you to tell him to go harder or to go slow, but I don't think you need to command a man to do that. With your body expression, with what you're doing, he knows if he should continue in that pace. And sometimes because he's seeing you enjoying it, if he goes really hard and fast, he will get to the point of no return and release quick. So he wants you to come first before him. They actually care a lot. If they want to come immediately, if they are so selfish, they know what to do. They'll just come and relax. In this 2024, you're not supposed to be saying hada, hada, hada. That's not a phrase that can melt a man down. That is not a phrase that will get him so turned on. That is not a phrase for a baddie. That's not a phrase that will put him in the mood, that will make him scream, that will make him want to please you the more. Another beautiful thing that they love really well is you mentioning their name, no matter how unsexy the name sounds. I can literally use Nigerian local names and it will sound nice. It depends on how you mention it. It's more like you recognize who is there, you recognize who is making you happy, and you're signing or selling the deal, like 100% enjoyment, 100% pleasure. That's what I'm getting from you. When you mention their name, they will know that your presence is right there with them and you have connected 100% with them. So if you haven't ever mentioned your man's name when you're doing the do, please try it. And I'm sure that one day he's going to bring it up. If it's Michael, it could be Michael. I don't know, that sounds weird. There's this video I've seen before on Instagram. It's just a sound and someone was pretending that people were having an intimate moment inside and he is outside listening and recording the sound, and the woman was literally shouting the man's name, Wale, Wale. That man is enjoying as the woman is mentioning that name, and as the man will hear the lady mentioning or screaming his name, he will know that I've got this woman on a chokehold. And whatever he's doing right that moment, he will keep doing it because he wants the woman to keep mentioning his name. Another phrase could be, do whatever you want to me. Whatever I say here, picture it, you saying it romantically. Do whatever you want to me is more like, I give myself to you. You earn me at this moment. Whatever you're doing is great to me, that I can now trust you with my body. So when you take this body, do whatever you like with it because you are perfect in what you're doing. You are doing the best. Another phrase can be, please don't stop, is what you can use to replace harder, harder, harder. Maybe he's doing something and then he's going hard and then harder, 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 like it's more like keep going that way. So please don't stop is something you can use to replace. If you're someone that have been mentioning harder, 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 please replace it today. You're trying to tell him, whatever you're doing right there, you got it right. This is exactly the spot that you will touch. This is exactly the action you should portray. This is exactly what you will do. This is exactly my weak point. This is exactly what turns me on. This is exactly what gets me. Another one can be, I love how you moan. Moaning is more associated to women. But if you're lucky enough and your man is someone that expresses himself, necessarily they don't moan loud like women. So you're not supposed to be expecting your man to be moaning out loud like a woman. Sometimes they just breathe hard or sometimes they just make one particular sound. They don't do it continuously like a woman would do. Sometimes immediately they put their stick into your hole. There's this particular feeling they get and they just make sound immediately, especially when you have a good cookie that is succulent, that is dripping. I love how you moan. That makes him to be more comfortable and more confident when he is making sounds, so he doesn't feel judged. Another thing you can say is, I love how you are doing it. Whatever they are doing and you tell them you love how they are doing it is again trying to tell them that you trusted them completely, and whatever that they are doing is what you love 100%. And when you make all these exclamation or phrases, it tells them how you enjoy things. Another one is, I want all of you inside me. This one is mind-blowing. I don't think I need to explain how it makes them feel because I may not really understand the feeling. Also tells them that you love having an intimate moment with them. So this says it all. There are a lots of phrases. I'm just giving you an example for you to have an idea of the kind of things you should say. But when you're making phrases or saying things or being vocal when you're doing the do, make sure it comes up naturally. You don't have to cram these things and just say them because of saying sake. Make sure that you're saying it as you're feeling it. You can just say, you're just perfect for me. It can replace, I love how you're doing it. It can replace, do whatever you want with me. So it depends on whatever comes off naturally from you. These are some of the phrases that will actually melt a man down, and there are thousands of phrases, but just decided to buttress on one. But the main focus is for you to know that you're supposed to be vocal and let it happen naturally. And these are some of the phrases you can use, and use your room tone to say this. I'm going to see you next time on the next one. Bye.